Hi! So, this is like a follow-up video to our Helen's Bridge video. This is just kind of explaining a couple of things that happened while we were there. So first I want to mention that we did two separate trips. I was not on the second trip, however, I do know a bit about what happened. So I'm going to start out with, in our video, one of the first wow things that happened is we were driving and a twig snapped next to us and we all started freaking out and screaming, and if you turn up the video you can hear the twig snap. So a lot of people asked us hey, did you guys run over a twig? Did was someone out there? Did something fall on it? Yeah, what happened? So my aunt and I were on the right side of the car driving by, and we both were looking in this one little area, and we literally saw it break as if someone had stepped on it or something had fallen on it, except nothing fell, no one was there. It was the weirdest thing. That's why we all started freaking out.
Yeah, and there was footsteps you could hear walking as we were driving, but we had stopped when the twig snapped. So we were stopped to take a picture. So I had my arm out the window, and that's when it happened. That's how I saw it.
Yeah, and then speaking of pictures, I had taken some photos, and in the video you can see a couple of the live photos and different orbs and such that other people had taken. I had one. It was one of the first ones that we had caught there. And I'm just going to show that now. So you can see there's this little white line right here if you just watch over here. And we have no idea what that was. There weren't any cars around, there weren't any back roads or anything, so it couldn't have been car headlights or anything. Freaked us out a lot when we saw it. And then we had split, on the first trip, we split into two groups. So it was me and my boyfriend, and then my cousin and my aunt. So my boyfriend and I, we went to meet up with this other group who was there to experience creepy stuff, and we found out that they had actually been there before. And, they were really chill. They had weapons with them because they thought we were gonna murder them. We had weapons because we thought they were gonna murder us, but it's fine. And they took us through this trail and they showed us some photos, and one of the photos had a bunch of orbs in it. They showed us different things that they had taken. All of it had orbs, or it had streaks, or some of them had shadows of people in it. It was really, really crazy. Then while we were there, one of them almost threw up out of just feeling like somebody was there. And we were walking back under the bridge because we had gotten a little spooked, and I don't really remember what had happened. I just know that something happened and it scared us. So we were walking back, and we had walked right under the bridge, and the minute we walked under the bridge, it was like something threw a tennis ball down, and it bounced across the road right across my feet. Everyone had taken off running. I was the only one that stayed behind and watched it roll, and it looked like a tennis ball to me. I literally watched it as it went. And so we were all freaking out. So then I started running too because everyone's leaving me behind. What do I do? And we decided to go back for it, and they said that it was some kind of fruit. That's what they think it was, because there was some fruit and it was green, and it was along the path, but I know what I saw, if that makes sense. And it did come right across my feet. It didn't, no one else was really near it, but who knows. So then my boyfriend and I rejoined with my aunt and my cousin to hear about what had happened to them, because we had gotten a message saying hey, where are you guys at? We're leaving now. And we were whoa. And so what had happened is when we got back, my cousin and my aunt, they informed us that they were sitting there and jokingly saying Helen's name over and over, which is how you're supposed to summon her. And they were saying her name over and over jokingly, and as they were saying that, this branch started moving faster and
It's like
faster.
a tree,
faster.
like a shadow of a tree.
Yeah, it just started moving
The faster.
Yeah.
The faster her name was said, the faster it moved, but it was the only thing moving. Nothing else was moving. Like, it wasn't the wind blowing. And I was trying to find the tree because all I could see was the shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Never saw the tree. Just the shadow.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty creepy. Scared me. Scared me a lot.
So the whole ordeal was really spooky. I did not want to go back. I didn't feel good about it. I was like, this just isn't it for me. I didn't want to go back. So my aunt, my cousin, my aunt's children, my sister, and my mother went.
And Nurai went.
I said my cousin.
Okay.
Yeah.
I missed. There's a lot.
Yeah. I didn't want to say names because, like, I didn't know how comfortable people were with that, but a lot of people went on that second
You
trip.
and I were yelling at each other in one of these videos. I was like, "It snapped, Haley." You're like, "I know what it did, Kim."
Yeah, it was a lot. But on their trip, some spooky stuff also happened. So
We caught a lot of pictures of orbs.
yeah, they had a lot of different photos, live photos, normal photos, and there were a bunch of orbs and shapes and faces. Oh my gosh, there were faces in all of them. It was absolutely insane. My boyfriend has this theory that it might be like a portal for spirits, that kind of situation where they can cross through and whatever. I somewhat agree with that because it's definitely more than just Helen, you know.
There's a lot going on.
Also, it's said that once you visit there, like, some weird stuff happens after, which is very, very true. My aunt's car completely stopped, like, brakes and everything in the middle of a road while we were on our way to work, after going. A speaker was thrown at me at work.
Yes, I forgot about that. It broke.
Yeah. Whenever, like, something important needs to happen or anything like that, it just somehow goes completely wrong, and no one really knows what's going on, but it's just really inconvenient stuff, and it's not very fun. I was shoved out of my car the day after going. Literally pushed out of the car. I screamed so loud my neighbors thought I was getting murdered. I have no idea. I've never had anything like that happen to me, so it really, really scared me and made me not want to get in the car anymore. And that's another reason why I didn't want to go back, is just I did not appreciate that very much.
We did have an experience with your tennis ball thing where I think this video will go up before that video, but if you guys are watching the next video of Helen's Bridge where the kids and all this went, we were parked under the bridge and something hit the top of Steph's car.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you can hear it hit and you can hear her scream. We don't know what it was. I don't know how anything could have hit us under the bridge.
Yeah, and that was another really weird part about it, is with my tennis ball situation, we were also under the bridge, and it looked like it came flying out of the trees at an angle as if someone threw it. And that's what really got us. And there was another group there, and we thought that they were playing a prank on us, but then we realized there's nowhere they could have been up there. So it was very, very freaky. And if you watch the first video about Helen's Bridge, you can hear about the history and the little girl who died in the fire, and how Helen hung herself off the bridge. You know, you can hear about that history and kind of think about that as far as the tennis ball goes and different things like that. But it's really up to interpretation. However, it was definitely very haunting, very spooky, very, very uncomfortable, just a very heavy experience.
And we all went not expecting to see anything. Like, our whole tour, like, the first two places we went were like nothing. We didn't catch anything. So we really didn't expect a whole lot. We got a lot the first time, but even more the second time. Like, the second time, the pictures were just unmistakable orbs and things like that.
Exactly. And there were voices, whispers, you know. It's like stereotypical haunty type situations, but there. And it took us forever to find the bridge.
It did. The first half of the first video is us just trying to find it.
Yeah, but once we found it, oh my gosh, it was absolutely insane. And even the atmosphere in general is just creepy.
Every picture we took there was blurry too, like foggy. Mm-hmm. Like me and our cousin compared pictures to, because we went after there, we went to Brown Mountain, which I didn't do a video for because we absolutely couldn't see anything. But the pictures we took there were so clear, and every picture we took at the bridge was like foggy and like cloudy, dense. So it was really creepy. Like,
but it wasn't foggy in person.
No, it was clear.
It was
beautiful
clear
night.
As day.
Yeah.
So that was another really freaky thing about it. And it's like, even when we weren't driving or anything, because we thought that might have been it, but like pictures that we took when we were outside of the car, they were just very blurry, and for all of us, but every other photo we took that day was clear.
Yeah.
So it was a very interesting situation, but that's about everything as far as minor details go that were missed in the video and didn't get to be discussed.
I think we're going back during the day.
Yes.
We're going to take a trip back during the day and then maybe go back at night again, but
yeah, because it's absolutely beautiful up
gorgeous.
There. And especially in the autumn time, like, very beautiful. The leaves are pretty. The bridge itself is gorgeous. I would highly recommend going there. There's some graffiti on it. We did notice that when we were walking across it. There's a lot of graffiti things on it, but other than that, it's absolutely beautiful. So, but that's all. Thank you guys so much for listening. Please watch our videos on Helen's Bridge. Let us know what you think.
If you're into this stuff, check it out. It's worth it.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Bye, guys.
Bye.